Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Ahsoka moments. For this list, we're looking at the most memorable scenes in animation and live action featuring Star Wars Ahsoka Tano. Don't be shy, Sky Guys. Share your favorite clips of snips in the comments. Hey Mojoholics! For a chance to win cash prizes, play our live daily trivia challenges every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern only at WatchMojo.com/play. Number 20. Defeating an Inquisitor. Star Wars Tales of the Jedi.
And who might you be?
Let them go.
She's the Jedi!
After the fall of the Jedi and rise of the Empire, Ahsoka flees to the Outer Rim, settling into the simple life of a farmhand. But the galaxy still needs heroes. When she's betrayed, an Imperial Inquisitor arrives and burns down the village. Even unarmed, Ahsoka is more than his match. The fight is short, and some fans were disappointed that such a cool new Inquisitor was dispatched so soon, and that the episode seemed to retcon the Ahsoka novel. But it did show off Ahsoka's superior skills.
Are you sure you're ready to get back into the fight?
Number 19. Defending Younglings. Star Wars The Clone Wars.
All of you, run!
Few Jedi face General Grievous and survive. An overconfident Ahsoka fought him in Season 1 of The Clone Wars and had to flee. In Season 5, she's escorting younglings back from Ilum when they're waylaid, first by pirates, then General Grievous. Ahsoka puts herself between Grievous and the younglings, allowing them to run to escape. In the rematch that follows, her agility keeps her alive but can't win her the battle. Still, she holds her own long enough for the younglings and herself to escape. Number 18. Meeting Din Djarin, The Mandalorian. Ahsoka's live-action debut was a dream come true for fans, and for actress Rosario Dawson, who has coveted the role since a fan first pitched it. When it was announced that Ahsoka would appear in The Mandalorian's second season, anticipation was high. And it did not disappoint. In a desiccated forest on Corvus, the eponymous Mandalorian tracks Ahsoka down, but not for the reason she assumes.
False alarm. Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me.
It's a brief but thrilling battle between fan-favorite heroes, with both pulling out their best moves.
We need to talk.
I hope it's about him.
Number 17. Learning from a costly mistake. Star Wars The Clone Wars. This moment comes as a result of Ahsoka's worst impulses. But for just that reason, it represents a memorable point in her character arc.
Commander, we've been caught in a trap!
You're overreacting, Admiral. I can get us through. Blue Squadron, stay the course.
As a young Padawan, Ahsoka is headstrong and reckless, some of which she gets from Anakin. However, she also fails to see the big picture. When she disobeys orders to retreat during the Battle of Ryloth, it gets most of her squadron killed. Devastated, she is racked with guilt and must come to terms with the responsibility of leadership and reality of war.
All that means is that I understand what you're going through.
But I failed.
It was a trap, Snips. It wasn't your fault.
I lost so many of my pilots.
Take heart, little one. That's the reality of command.
It's one of many mistakes that will eventually teach her to look before she leaps. Number 16. Bonding with a Sabertooth. Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. Ahsoka faced peril at a young age, but the Force was her ally. When Ahsoka is just 1 year old, her mother brings her hunting on her home planet Sheely.
Everywhere there is life. Value it. Honor it.
Ahsoka is caught, however, by a hungry Sabertooth. All seems lost. But the young Ahsoka is able to bridge the divide between her mind and the animals and build a connection. She arrives home riding on the big cat's back. It's the moment when her Force potential first becomes apparent, shifting her destiny to the stars.
Jedi. Ahsoka is Jedi.
Number 15. Saving Barriss, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I'm your friend! Barriss, snap out of it!
When a brain worm possesses Padawan Barriss Offee, Ahsoka faces a difficult choice: slay her friend or risk life and limb to save them both. Thanks to advice from Anakin, Ahsoka is able to flood the ship with coolant, weakening the worm.
Kill me! Please! I can't!
Recovering herself for a moment, Barriss begs Ahsoka to kill her, and that may have been a safer choice. But Ahsoka refuses to give up, and is rewarded with a chance to slice the worm in half. When rescuers arrive, they discover Ahsoka cradling Barriss in her arms, both of them still alive. Number 14. Training with the 501st, Star Wars: Tales of the Jedi.
Again. Again. Again.
As Master and Apprentice, Ahsoka and Anakin got off to a rough start. But once Anakin has accepted her as his Padawan, he is determined to protect her.
You're reckless, little one. You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan. But you might make it as mine.
Pushing Ahsoka to her limits, he has her train with the 501st. Again and again, she's stunned and knocked out. But she pushes through, and using her new Shoto blade, is able to spin and leap through the hail of fire. Arguably, Anakin's attachment to her is the opposite of what Yoda intended, which was for him to learn to let go. But the skills Ahsoka gains are what allow her to survive Order 66. Number 13. Proving herself on Geonosis, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. In a moment that's both touching and full of suspense, Ahsoka and Barriss face certain death. Well, almost certain. During the second battle of Geonosis, Anakin's remarks reveal a lack of trust in his apprentice's abilities.
I just think maybe you don't trust me to give the briefing.
It's not about trust, it's about getting the job done right.
Ahsoka proves her mettle when she and Barriss realize that to destroy a droid factory, they'll have to sacrifice themselves.
I'm sorry, Master. We can't make it out.
Can't make it out. Ahsoka, wait!
Fire.
Miraculously, they survive the explosion, but are trapped beneath the rubble, their air quickly running out. Ahsoka continues to hope, however, and thanks to her ingenuity, the Padawans are rescued.
Master, I know you're up there, and I know you're looking for me.
Have faith, Sky Guy. Number 12. Holding back Darth Sidious, Star Wars Rebels.
I can't hold it!
Facing the might of the Emperor himself, Ahsoka survives, but only just. In the world between worlds, a plane that connects all time and space, Ahsoka and Ezra Bridger are ambushed. Darth Sidious desires to control the dimension and thus all existence. For a short time, Ahsoka is able to block his blast of fiery energy and freeze Ezra from his grasp, thwarting Sidious's attempt to enter through the portal.
He's coming through!
In terms of sheer power, she's no match for the Dark Lord, but it's thanks to her desperate efforts here that the Emperor doesn't become the master of time and space.
When you get back, come and find me!
I will! I promise!
Number 11. Darkside Ahsoka, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Are you proud of me, Master?
What?
What if Ahsoka broke bad? Fans got to see a dark side Ahsoka on Mortis, a realm within the Force where the light and dark sides and the balance between them are personified. After the sun, the embodiment of the dark side, infects Ahsoka, she turns on her own master.
This isn't you, Ahsoka.
Isn't it? I feel more like myself than I ever have.
In the ensuing duel, Anakin is pretty hard-pressed, although, to be fair, he's also trying not to hurt her. Obi-Wan soon joins the fray, but Ahsoka is relentless.
Any suggestions?
Yes, we cut her free.
Her turn to the dark side is dispelled, at great cost. But it's a fascinating look at a very different side to our favorite Togrutan. Number 10. Confronting Death Watch. Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Here is your granddaughter. As promised. Kill them! Kill them all!
In this Season 4 episode of Clone Wars, Ahsoka comes to the defense of a village that's being oppressed by the Mandalorian splinter group Death Watch. But she's outnumbered and soon taken captive. Fortunately, R2-D2 has her back. You know when you see something so epic you get goosebumps? Well, that's what happens when we watch Ahsoka jump into the air and slice 4 heads off.
Ahsoka, now!
Thanks, buddy.
What follows is an epic duel against Death Watch leader Pre Vizsla, where the Mandalorian learns very quickly that he was wrong to underestimate her. Ahsoka shines in this battle, even if her eventual escape is a little touch and go. Number 9. Fulcrum revealed. Star Wars Rebels. Ahsoka has come a long way over the course of the franchise. When she debuted in the 2008 film The Clone Wars as Anakin's surprise Padawan, many fans were less than happy.
A youngling?
And who are you supposed to be?
I'm Ahsoka? Master Yoda sent me.
But just as she won over Anakin, she became a fan favorite thanks to her thrilling arcs and fantastic character development. Fast forward to Rebels, and the reveal that the informant Fulcrum was really Ahsoka had everyone losing their minds.
The protocol has changed.
Fulcrum.
Ahsoka. My name is Ahsoka Tano.
Mind you, some fans had already guessed Fulcrum's real identity.
Phantom, this is Fulcrum. Come in.
This is Spectre 2, Fulcrum.
Why don't I talk to him?
Don't you dare.
But still, nothing really prepared us for the wave of feels as she climbed down that ladder and became part of a new series. Number 8. Escaping the Trandoshans. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. In what felt like almost a standalone movie, this double-episode arc saw Ahsoka coming more into her own as she led a group of younglings against formidable new foes. While on Felucia, the Padawan is kidnapped by Trandoshans who release and hunt down their captives for sport. Separated from Anakin, she has to rely on her own instincts and the lessons he's taught her. The arc shows her at her most vulnerable, but she rises to the occasion, inspiring the others to fight back.
We were beginning to lose hope and forgot who we are.
And who are you?
We are Jedi.
All right. We need a strategy.
If we had to pick just one kick-ass moment in these episodes, it would be when Ahsoka defeats Garnak in hand-to-hand combat.
You're beaten.
Just goes to show, Ahsoka is a force to be reckoned with or without her lightsabers. Number 7. Ahsoka versus the Inquisitors. Star Wars Rebels. The Inquisitors introduced in Rebels are relentless and terrifying in their quest to hunt down the Jedi and other Force sensitives, including children. It was pretty clear during the second season that Ezra wasn't ready to defeat one Inquisitor, let alone 2 at the same time. So when Kanan was taken out of this fight against the 7th sister and the 5th brother, things looked grim. Enter Ahsoka. This This battle showed how much more powerful she'd become since the Clone Wars, with her lightsaber skills and command of the Force on full display. She took out both Inquisitors with relative ease, saving the Rebels and the day.
You are beat.
Number 6. Surviving Order 66, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Thanks to subsequent appearances, we knew that Ahsoka survived Order 66. But in the 7th season of Clone Wars, we finally got to see the tragedy unfold from her perspective. When Rex's inhibitor chip forces him to turn on her, it is a brutal, heartbreaking moment.
Find him. Find him. Vibes. Find him!
But she's able to master her emotions and fend off an absolute barrage of blaster bursts, all without killing her friends turned foes.
Rex!
Mind you, Darth Maul, whom she decides to free as a distraction, is a lot less merciful. Ahsoka also succeeds in saving Rex, removing his inhibitor chip, and of course, escaping with him in spectacular fashion. Number 5. Race to the Surface, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The revival run of Clone Wars featured a number of incredibly cinematic moments, but few stand out more than this one. When Ahsoka teams up with Bo-Katan to track down Darth Maul, she reunites with Anakin and gets her lightsabers back. But it's the moment she races Rex to the surface of Mandalore that has us holding our breath.
Race you to the surface!
Jumping from ship to ship, she runs, dives, and free falls, showing off her acrobatic skills and doing some damage on the way down. It's one of the most thrilling animated sequences in the series, and boy does she stick the landing. The scene also brought back her banter with Rex, some of the best in the Star Wars universe.
Beat you.
Some things never change.
Number 4. Duel with Morgan Elsbeth, The Mandalorian. The Star Wars Rebels finale saw Ezra disappearing into hyperspace, along with villain Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Ahsoka setting out to find the lost Padawan. When we next see her a decade later, she's on the forest planet Corvus, where she faces off against Magistrate Morgan Elsbeth and her Beskar spear. Ahsoka is clearly in her element, although Morgan doesn't go down easily. Left with just her Shoto blade, Ahsoka switches to her signature reverse grip to finish the fight. The scene is capped off with the revelation that she's hunting Thrawn, tying right into the Rebels finale.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Amazing. Number 3. Leaving the Jedi Order, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Even among Jedi, Ahsoka stood out for her talent and heroism, but she never did become a Jedi Knight. In the Clone Wars 5th season, she was framed for murder and expelled from the Jedi Order.
Wish me luck.
While she does prove her innocence, the distrust that the Jedi Council demonstrated affects her strongly.
I'm sorry, Master, but I'm not coming back.
Rather than returning to the Order, she decides to leave and find her own path. While initially Anakin sees this as a mistake, he ends up respecting her decision.
I understand wanting to walk away from the Order.
I know.
Both Master and Apprentice are outliers within the Order. It makes you wonder, what would have happened had Anakin decided to leave with her? We're not crying, okay? There's just something in our eyes. Number 2. Duel with Maul, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I know, Anakin. Your vision is flawed.
I see the Padawan needs one last lesson.
Ahsoka's face-off against Maul on Mandalore is one of the best lightsaber duels in the franchise, animation or live action. When the Clone Wars debuted, the animation style and quality raised a few eyebrows. But every season got better and better. For the Season 7 duel between Ahsoka and Maul, the showrunners brought in Ray Park, who portrayed Maul in The Phantom Menace, and stuntwoman Lauren Mary Kim to provide motion capture. The results are stunning. Ahsoka's transformation from Padawan to a fully capable warrior is readily apparent as she pushes Maul to his limits.
You're lucky Anakin didn't show up. The way you're fighting, you wouldn't have lasted long.
The choreography is amazing and the stakes are high as Ahsoka refuses to join Maul against Anakin and Darth Sidious.
Join me or die.
Never.
Little did she know how far her former master had fallen. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Master vs. the Apprentice, Star Wars Rebels. For years, fans watched in delight as Anakin and Ahsoka fought, learned, and laughed together as Master and Padawan. But in Rebels, Ahsoka came to suspect that Anakin had met a dark fate indeed.
The fear, the anger, the hate. It's the Sith Lord we faced.
The apprentice lives.
Seeing her face off against Vader brought all those memories of them together flooding back.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
It was an emotionally charged duel that became even more poignant when Ahsoka realized that Vader really was her old master. In a sense, her decision to stay, even as the Sith Temple on Malachor crumbled around her, was a way to honor Anakin's memory, to defeat the darkness that had taken his place, even if that meant dying together.
Anakin. I won't leave you. Not this time.
It was a pivotal moment that brought her character arc full circle. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.